Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder was confirmed at the Day of Reckoning press conference, so it will be happening as the co-main event on the 23rd of December in Saudi Arabia. So the press conference threw up a few interesting things, most notably not so much between the fight between Parker and Wilder, but Wilder addressing Anthony Joshua when directly asked what he wanted to say to him about potentially fighting. So we'll come to that because I think it probably surprised and let fans down somewhat because the energy was not the same as it's been on social media. But what we'll do is we'll cover Parker and Wilder official. So this is going to happen. Deontay Wilder, just one round of action in about 2 years since getting knocked out by Tyson Fury. Joseph Parker, 3 fights in 2023 already. 23rd of December will be the 4th fight on the slate for Parker of the year. And let's face it, I think with the power that Wilder's got, you know, any moment in that fight is going to be dangerous for Joseph Parker. He's going to need to be on point, and basically his defense is going to need to be sound. I don't know if he can afford to come in and be very heavy like he has been in some fights. And I don't think he's going to be able to catch someone like Deontay Wilder napping a second time like Tyson Fury did in their second fight when Fury came out and put it on him unexpectedly and blasted him out in 7 rounds. Parker probably isn't going to be able to do that, but he doesn't have the same advantages in terms of height and the ability to wrap fighters up that someone like Fury does. But he did say in the press conference that he will be training with Tyson Fury ahead of this fight, and that he is going to lean on Fury in this camp to try and get knowledge about Deontay Wilder, how to fight him, and how to beat him. But he said in general, he's excited, he respects Deontay Wilder, but he said, look, he's in my way. And he did acknowledge that, you know, his career did go down a bit, but he said, look, I've got the spark back. So he's looking to, I wouldn't say resurrect his career, but let's face it, after the Jack Massey performance, I think, you know, the stock was probably the lowest that it was in recent years, and people are like, where's he going to go? Boxer cut him. He had to fight Whangai Opilu. He was recently out on that card in Saudi Arabia against Simon Keane. Got a knockout, second consecutive knockout, but this is a whole different kettle of fish in Deontay Wilder, who, when discussing Joseph Parker, got a lot of respect for him. He thinks highly of him, and he said it's a remarkable feeling to share the ring with Joseph Parker. And it was mentioned about the opportunity in the past where these guys had belts, didn't unify, and Deontay Wilder, you know, did say that he had no opportunity to really unify in the past. The energy that he was putting out was not returned. As I recall, there wasn't much money in the fight at the time, and both sides couldn't get a deal done. But Wilder, he does claim that he's never been in the position to unify. I think some people would debate that. But he said he's ready to go, and he said, look, they've come to see KOs, and come the 23rd of December, he said he wants to do the same thing. He expressed a desire to get his title back, and he said he does want to unify. And when asked about the event in general, he said, look, it's a magnificent card. It was a blessing that so many promoters had come together for it. And I guess the next bit is probably where tongues have got a little bit wagging from fans online and social media following this press conference, because ahead of this press conference in the past couple of weeks, Wilder has spoken about wanting to get into a room and really sort of put it to Joshua, let's make this fight, let's make something happen. And the opportunity was put to him by Dev Sani. He was asked if any of the fighters in the room had avoided him, and then he sort of deflected on that sort of question, and then he was asked outright, did he want to fight Joshua? And was this an opportunity to say something to him? And this is what Deontay Wilder said.
It's good to be in the same room with him, to see him face to face. You know, it's been a long time coming. I wish you nothing but the best, bro. And hopefully soon we can get it on in the ring and get the people what they want once and for all. But I wish you nothing but the best, even if it doesn't happen. But I believe it's going to happen. I believe it will. It's about that time. But even if it don't, I wish you nothing but the best, nothing less.
So a lot of us probably listening to that going, so after all that talk, all that rhetoric, and especially in recent years, Deontay Wilder saying, this, that, and a third about Anthony Joshua, eventually gets in the same room, shakes his hand, see here, screenshot, but then basically wishes him the best, even if they don't fight. I do not think that we were expecting that. The energy was not the same as it has been in recent years on social media and comments to the media. But I guess that sort of shows the fakery of boxing to some extent, where fighters make all sorts of comments and claims because they want to get headlines to stay in the media, stay relevant, try to keep fights bubbling along. And let's face it, we've been looking for that fight for 6 years. And if Deontay Wilder really wanted to press the action, he needed to put the foot on the throat and say something a bit controversial and try to make it a little bit more spicier and tastier than that. Massive letdown from Deontay Wilder, who, while he says the same energy wasn't returned when he was discussing unifying with people, well, that wasn't a lot of energy in those statements compared to what's come out previously. So, yeah, I mean, I actually have done a poll on social media, will these guys ever fight? And it sort of seems to be most people, at least so far, the poll's still running, are not convinced it's going to happen. They're on the same card here. This is the closest we've ever got. Will they ever fight? Well, we'll see. It sort of seems that Joshua, with his fight, that's sort of guiding him down the IBF route. The event organisers, the Saudis, did say at the start of the press conference they want to see some of these biggest fights and hope stuff like Joshua and Wilder ends up happening as part of their Riyadh season events. We'll have to see. But Parker and Wilder, it's made, seems to be respect there, and Parker seems confident. Deontay Wilder, he's looking to get back into action, winning ways with a knockout. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.